It says we're live, Kevin, again for another Fast Facts and Features with me, the brand ambassador for ethical flooring. And how are you doing, Kevin?
I'm doing great. And I must say, Jeanette, you look stunning today. Almost like you have sunshine, you're just glowing in behind you there. Wow, well done.
Well, quite a respect for trees. I happened to be at a client's place, and she's allowed me to use her boardroom. And when I saw this picture, I'm like, "Oh, Kevin's gonna like this. Can I use your boardroom to have my fast facts and features?" And she was very gracious to let me do it. I know it's lovely, isn't it? It makes me want to go play in the forest.
I love it. Looks like BC. It's a favorite place to be.
So before I came on, you know how I kind of do a little bit of planning, and this month it's about all catching up with team and product and what's going on. And when I was getting dressed this morning, I'm like, I want to wear my white tank top. And they say in the rules that you're not supposed to wear white after Labor Day. I don't know who made up that rule. So much like in hardwood floors in each person's house, there isn't a set of rules that 100% apply to everybody's construction job or renovation job. Am I right?
Yes, you're right. You can go down any given street here in North Van where we are, and there's 20 houses, and there's 20 different ways in some way that house is unique and how it was built or how it was maintained or what era it was built in. And it is a constant challenge. We take these industry guidelines and we want to apply them to each individual house we go to, but it's literally a different strategy 20 out of 20 times. And that's the fun part of the job. And it's also sometimes the frustrating part of the job.
So today, talking about rules, there's much like in training, and I've been trained by the best. You've trained me, Tanya's trained me, everybody that I surround myself with in the building industry, like the Clays. And even when I was a member of Haven, like you still are, everybody trains, and they have guidelines. I love that you said guidelines in order to learn. And I'm sure there's not the same set of kind of rules that you've got your team. And I know you've added some new people to your team that you apply and go, okay, this person's got, each person's going to be taught like this and like this and like this and like this. You've got to be individualistic in order to get the best out of that person. So let's get an update on what the growth of your team is looking like these days, and what's going on with the team.
Yeah, no, it's fun. It's, we started this company, well, I guess 10 years ago now, and it was, Tanya and myself and a kitchen table, right? And two little toddlers running around, but they weren't much help. So, we've added one by one to the team, and now we have quite we're bringing on a new warehouse person as of Monday. We have an old team member that we've brought back recently, and one of our latest project managers that we've added, he's now gone kind of independent and on his own. So he's still with us, but he's really working without supervision because he's just been awesome. So yeah, there's always things moving around and changing and growing, and it's really exciting. I say we're 10 years old as a company, but I still feel like we're a startup in many ways, because it's, when we bring someone on, that's kind of my speech when I'm trying to sell them the job. If I really like them and I want them to join us, I'd be like, we're not a rigid corporate environment where all the positions have been in place for 30 years and this is, the little box you fit in and you're going to stay there. Not at all. It's all very fluid and dynamic, and we're always looking to elevate the careers of people who are exceptional. So yeah, that, the first part of your question about change and growth. I mean, the second part about adjusting to the personality, and yeah, that's been super fun to do over time.
Yes, sure.
As with any workspace, there is a broad range of interesting personalities, and so how do you bring everybody together? And especially when you hire exceptional people, I'd say if you were to do personality testing, they're probably more on the independent thinking, less likely to follow rules, and more likely to question why a rule is in place. And so if you take a bunch of, quality, brilliant people and you put them in a room, yeah, you can have some disagreement because everybody's going to have, an idea. So Yeah, we run in a very decentralized kind of model here, and that's
I like that.
intentional. Yeah, where it's
Plus, why I'm where I am, instead of working shoulder to shoulder doing these fast facts and features from the showroom there, is just kind of showing how you've adapted to get your messaging out and to educate people. So my question is, you mentioned you got a new warehouse person that's starting on Monday, and that's congratulations. I know that's been a position that is very integral to any company, is the
oh yes.
movement of products in and out of a loading bay door. So typically, Kevin, what will his first day look like?
Well, interesting. It's actually a woman, so I'll just correct you on that one. Yeah. So it's actually our second woman that we've had in the warehouse. So we're really looking forward to her joining us. But the first day is going to be forklift safety training. Okay. So just straight off the bat, she hasn't worked with the forklift before, which is fine. Neither had I when I was 16 years old and I started. Except back then, my dad's training to me was, there's the forklift, and he walked away. I said, okay, I guess I'll figure it out. And so we're a little bit more evolved, and we're going to spend the first day doing basic safety training, how to use it. We'll be sending her to actual certification training as well. But yeah, it's just getting a lay of the land and you know, meeting the team, right? Because every person that's on the team is not just an employee, they're like a family member, right? So it's really important for us to just get to know each other, get comfortable with each other, open up lines of communication, because that's what makes a healthy company, is everybody at every aspect of the company is comfortable with talking with other parts. And yeah, just getting, you know, it can be stressful to start a new job. I haven't done that in a really long time, but I remember first days on the job were pretty anxiety provoking. And so I'm aware of that. And my job will be to just make sure that she feels comfortable and welcome on that first day.
And it's much like when that first day of a new job starts, like on a job site, it's how you set the tone with the project manager, the site supervisor, the trades, the contractor, the homeowner. That is the first line, is what is the tone of that job going to be, so communication can go very smoothly and the job goes smoothly. And there's great satisfaction. I know when I was out on doing projects, that when at the end, and it just all went as smoothly as possible, because we all know we've talked about hiccups before, and then you just look back and the homeowner looks back and the contractor looks back and goes, wow, job well done. Like, job well done. To me, it's so much more valuable than a bunch of zeros in a bank account or on a profit line, is when the job goes really well. And it was the communication, because you know you've built relationship.
Yeah. It's true. And that's, you know, it's one of the best parts about this job. I've mentioned that before, is the relationships that we build with our clients. And, you know, the vast majority of the time it goes well. There's always that few cases where there's personality issues, or, you know, construction is a difficult job. Don't you know that? And anybody who tells you otherwise is lying, right? So but it's fun to walk people's journey through, you know, seeing this final result. And, you know, if anything that I've learned as I've gotten older, and this is what we teach to any of the new members that join the team, is like, we cannot overstress how important proper communication is. And if you're unable to do that, then you're just not going to work at Ethical Flooring. It's just not going to work out, right? We try to, and it's funny, because I've noticed this as I've contracted trades to work on my own home, the communication on average is, quite honestly, it's pretty poor. So it just doubles my resolve that I say, we're not going to be the standard poor communicator in the industry or in the trades in general. And I'm not saying everybody, of course, there's some fantastic companies out there, but more often than not, communication can be not the strong side of a company. And our goal has always been to be the opposite of that. And again, we're not perfect, but we know internally that this is a core competency that we're shooting for. And, you know, I think the majority of the time we made it. Yeah.
Well, that was a great update about your team. We're next Wednesday. We are back with another episode of Fast Facts and Features. And I'm sure over this last couple of 6 weeks, there's been a change in products and new colors come out and new technologies as things are always rapidly moving along in the flooring industry.
One on my desk. I have one on my desk right here. So
don't show us now. Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. You're gonna have to
prototype new technology. We'll have to erase that part of it. Yeah.
Oh, so there's we'll end this like a commercial, but wait, there's more. You're going to have to tune in next Wednesday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for another edition of Fast Facts and Features with me, the brand ambassador for ethical. You've got me excited now. I'm thinking about what technology have they come up with now, Kevin?
Well, don't get too excited. It's still just a engineered hardwood floor, but there's been some major supply chain issues going on with some things in the Baltic region. So it's interesting to watch how manufacturers have responded to that.
So there you go. So I'll see you guys next week again with Kevin as we talk about an update about the products that are going on and inside ethical flooring. Bye-bye, everybody.
See you then, Jeanette. Bye.